GT, so I started high school last year, and so the change has been coming along. I've gotten pretty adjusted to high school. I've been in orchestras. I've been in my school orchestra, and I have an orchestra after school. We play at the Maymandy Town Hall, downtown Raleigh. But yeah, like I said, we're just waiting for everyone to get in. But yeah, you can just ask me questions. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, I have a new song out, doing pretty well. But the song is named No Sleep. So a lot of people ask me, how did I come up with the name? So, being that it doesn't have any words or anything, it's kind of hard to make a song title without any words. When I'm making these song titles, a lot of creativity goes into how I've created the song. So the name No Sleep came from, I'm a high school student now, so I don't really get a lot of sleep it's more of like a representation of what I do during the day, or what consists of my daily life. I am in several orchestras. I have to manage my schoolwork, my violin practicing at home, doing chores, maintaining friendships, and being social, all while keeping my music going well and still planning ahead for the future. I plan on going to a university in New York, so a lot of things, I think about a lot of things during the day, and so making this song added to those things. So that's why it's called No Sleep. But yeah, you all can ask me questions. So great to see you all here. I don't know how to say that username, but CQSOYAA asked, what was it like to do the new single? Like I said, it was I had to have a very creative mindset and thinking of a song title and the concept of how it would go. But it came about, here's the thing with me and creating music. I have a lot of ideas that I just brainstorm about, and then I just make them and do like little drafts, and then I never finish them. So I have a ton of unreleased stuff that I usually just keep in the drafts folder. But I just felt a random spark of motivation to create No Sleep. So being that it was my first single, I kind of wanted it to be a bit more special from the other ones. So I just started working on it for a while. I stayed consistent and was determined to actually trying to put this song together. And I would share it to my friends, and then they would give me feedback, and then I would use some of their ideas, and then make some of my own. And I would have several different versions of it, and I would just pick the best one I thought was the best one. And so I just cut and paste my favorite versions of me playing it. Then I re-recorded it. I produced the whole thing by myself. I produced it and recorded it at age 15. This was right before my birthday. But then I decided to just release it after my birthday, which was October 6th is when I released it. But yeah, like I said, I have a ton of unreleased stuff. I will be releasing that in the future. So do look out for that. I have other music on the way. But yeah, that's a short gist of No Sleep. Let's see. Thank you for all the support, guys. It's great to see you all here. How have I been since AGT? After AGT, I've done a bunch of corporate events and stayed consistent in performing. And I've been doing a lot of performances around town, traveling. I was just recently in Vegas where I performed for Virtuoso Travel Week. That was a very fun experience. That was my second time in Vegas. My first time was with with America's Got Talent live on stage, and so it was really great to be in Vegas again. That's where I recorded the music video for "Can You Stand the Rain." That's up on my YouTube channel. But that's where we filmed that outside of the Bellagio Hotel. But yeah, I've just been performing. I haven't done any street performing since AGT. But yeah. I will play a snippet of my new song a little bit later. But yeah, just keep dropping questions and I'll be happy to answer those for you all. But playing in the background is the instrumental of the song. I don't know if y'all can hear it well, but it's just playing quietly in the background. And I also got a new violin. It's the same violin that I've usually been playing on, but it's just a different color. This one right here. It's the same violin, Jordan 5-string electric violin. It's just a different color, and I've been playing on this one more recently and more often. But I will switch between the both of them. So if you see YouTube videos with me switching between them, then yeah. Lacrosse player 3 also asked, what instruments do you know? I currently am only good at playing violin, but I also play a little bit of guitar, but that's not really that good. But I do play guitar a little bit, just because, you know, string instruments are usually, for me, easier to learn since I already know how to play the violin. So I play a little bit of guitar, and I do a little bit on the keyboard, mainly because I use the keyboard for making my music. So that's how I, play a little bit of the keyboard. But yeah, those are the only two I knew how to play. You said, oh cool, I play cello. I've always wanted to play cello, but I never really got into it. It was an instrument that I thought was it had a really rich tone, and it was I just really liked the tone of it and how it sounded. So who knows, maybe one day I'll pick up the cello or play it one day, but that has always been one of my favorite instruments, and if I would ever switch from the violin, it would be to the cello. But yeah, great question. Thank you, Wanderson96. You are my inspiration. Thank you. I really appreciate being, an inspiration for someone. Lilo Benelli asks, do you have a schedule of live performances? As of right now, all of my performances should be on my website at tylerbfmusic.com. That's where it'll be under the events page. That's where you can see whether I have events or not. But right now, live performances, my next one is, I believe, next month. But it's a private event, so a lot of my events are private events, so a lot of them will say private events under events on my website, but I do post about live performances on my Facebook page and everywhere else on my Instagram. So just stay tuned for things like that. I want to do a show of my own, but that's something for the future. So please let me know if you would come to a show and what kind of music you would like to hear. But yeah, I do want to plan on doing one of my own shows. But yeah, live performances, I don't really have any right now besides private shows, but yeah. And as far as live TV performances, no, not right now. And two, I'm still in school, so a lot of performances have been during the weekend, so the performances have been cut back a lot. So a lot of the times I'll just be performing on the weekends. But yeah. You're in California. Wow. Yeah, I've been to California a few times. I've had a fun time every time I've been. I went to Hollywood and Pasadena, California. So, been to 2 places in California, and it was hot up there. So, we'll definitely have to get used to the heat. It was also hot in Vegas. So, I feel like on that side of the U.S. is very hot and humid. But I guess I'll play you all a snippet of my song, No Sleep. So I'll get the violin hooked up really quick, and I'll play you all a small snippet of the song. And you all can listen to the rest, stream the rest it's out on all streaming platforms. It's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Pandora, everywhere. So please make sure you do stream that. But I'll play you all a quick snippet right now of the song. Just make sure you all can see me good. Okay. But yeah, that is my new single. That's part of it. You can listen to the rest on Spotify, Apple Music. It's now on Instagram. You can use it in your stories. It's on TikTok, Facebook. It's out everywhere. So please make sure to stream it. But yeah, you can leave me any questions you would like me to answer. Any more content you like to see, or just a Q&A with you all. But I will go a little bit more in depth about how the song came about and how I, chose the certain segments I wanted in there. So I had a song that was, halfway ready before this one, but this one came a bit quicker than the other one, mainly because the other song was I've gotten better from the last song I was playing. So, I mean, this song came a bit easier than the other one, which I will release in the future. Um, but the parts in this one, I wanted it to include a sort of Afro beat, but still, with the classical roots in it. Um, and it took me around a month or two or three to actually find out what parts I wanted to be in there. But when I first start a song, I first begin with the instrumental. That's what I always start with. And I move on to sometimes I will hum into the mic, and that will get my creativity up and running for how I'd want the song to sound. So sometimes I hum or sing into the microphone to get ideas, and then based on what I like and what I think would sound better on violin, that's what I would put into the song. I record them as drafts, and once I have all the drafts, I harmonize and add different segments like harmonies, plucking, stuff like that. But once I have a full draft done, I just re-record the whole song from beginning to front, and this can take a while because sometimes I don't like the takes that I do. So I do around 5 to 6 takes for each verse. So just say the front intro. The intro took me the longest because I have a certain preference on how I want my music to sound. So the front intro is also sampled throughout the song, which is the producers call them vocal chops, but they're not vocals, so they would just be called violin chops. I sampled the intro violin throughout the song, throughout the chorus and the ending. And so that's the main structure of the instrumental. And then I re-recorded the whole violin segment and did the harmonies and everything. And then I just came up with the final product. Like I said, it took about 2 or 3 months to finish. But yeah, and then I also have to take time to come up with a concept which was No Sleep, which was the whole idea of me becoming a high schooler and coming of age, and to the age where I start taking things in my own hands and maturing. But yeah, that's basically all about the creation of this song. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Slandry93 asks, "What state are you from?" I'm from North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina. I see my friend is up here, Kennedy. She said, "How are you doing?" I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, I'm doing good. Just enjoying school, enjoying life. Thanks, Gabby. Love your song, is amazing. But yeah, any other questions that you all would like me to answer? Like I said, this is my first time going live in a while, so just getting back to seeing you all up here. But yeah, like I said, I'm having new music in the future. I don't know when that's going to be available to you all. I'm still in the process of, getting ideas for the song. So that could take a while. So just stay tuned for new music. And for the future, I plan on staying in school, and for college, that's what I'm doing now, saving up money to go to a music university. I want to go to New York, possibly go to Juilliard, but that's a dream for me. But I'm also looking for other music universities, still in New York, and around this area too. I find that New York is very it's a lot more social and diverse when it comes to who you can find in New York to produce your music, or there's a lot more connections than what I've seen here in Raleigh. So that's one main reason I want to go to New York. And yeah, Sunny DLYTE said, keep in mind to apply to scholarships. So yeah, that is also number one on my school list. I need to keep my grades up to even be thought of to have a scholarship. So that is the main goal that I think about every day when I go to school. So yeah, that's what drives my motivation from day to day. But yeah, I think let's see. Oh, here's some questions here. How old are you since AGT? On the show, I was 11, but now I am 16. So that was around 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. AGT was in 2019, so it's been a long journey since then. I began playing violin when I was 7.5. So I've been playing violin for around 9 years. How am I doing now? I'm doing pretty well. Like I said, enjoying life, making music, really getting my career started. Even though I was on AGT, I feel like there's still a lot more for me to accomplish. So that's what I'm focusing on now. Following my dreams and rising as an artist. Because before I would just be doing cover songs, and so that's one main reason I want to direct my career into the path of making my own music, and really becoming an artist. Sonny also said, my cousin moved to New York from Florida to pursue music. He did very well and has his own company now. Yeah, so that's very great for him, and that's, I guess, one of my goals now, to just venture out into the world and connect with as many people as possible to really have my dream of being a successful artist. Is your high school a school of the arts? My high school is Enloe High School, so I guess you could consider it a school of the arts. It's the AIG magnet school. Enloe is considered one of the top schools in my area to have an orchestra, the top orchestras in my area. But I'm also in Triangle Youth Music. That is a separate symphony in what I'm in. But in one of our concerts, we're going to be performing with the North Carolina Symphony. So, yeah, I'm in a lot of classical work after school too. How long have I been playing the violin? I've been playing the violin for 9 years, ever since I was 7.5. I started in an after-school program, and ever since then I've been playing violin basically every day. I started with the Suzuki book, and then I slowly taught myself how to play other genres, such as I started with pop. My first pop song was Despacito by Luis Fonsi. And after that was, I believe, Havana, and then came Shape of You by Ed Sheeran. And those are one of my most played songs nowadays. So they're pretty played, they're pretty popular for when I get booked for events. But yeah, I've been playing for around 9 years now. I think that's MJ. Yeah, MJ Lott said, I want to follow my dream into singing. So yeah, that's, yeah, I support you in that. And I mean, I would just say to follow your dreams. It's not gonna come easy, so I mean, just stay practicing your craft. Like I did, I just practice every day. Just practice anytime you can, and just enjoy what you're doing. So that's what I would have to say on that. But yeah, we're just answering questions. But yeah, I mean, if there are no further questions, I just wanted to get on here and talk to you all for a little bit. I know I haven't did a live in a while, so I want to thank you all for coming on. I think we have one more question. Daisy313 said, "I want to be a singer and I believe in myself. How do you keep going and not give up?" I to stay motivated, I would say have people in your corner who support you and who encourage you to keep going. And if you don't necessarily have that, sort of relationship with people, I would say, try and find a community of people to who find who find what you do or what you want to do a similar interest. So you said you wanted to be a singer, and you're very passionate about that. So I would suggest finding other singers who are very passionate. I don't know if you're still in school or not, but if you are, you can maybe join choir. They have a lot of singers who are very passionate in what they do. If you're not in school, you could, you could join a church choir or a choir somewhere in your community, or just find something that's related to music. Find other people who maybe play instruments. But to stay motivated, I would say just practice your craft. Practicing is a big part of doing what you want to do. But yeah, just stay motivated. Kennedy asked, "Can I play a sample?" Are you talking about the new song? I can play. I only have the intro of the new song, so I can play maybe like a few seconds of that. But I'll get that for you all. Let's see. This is a sample of a song I'm gonna release late in the future. I don't know when that might be, but it'll definitely be released sometime at one point in my career. So let's see if it'll play. Like I said, I don't really have. Let me pause it. Don't really have a structure of it. You may have heard it, and I have featured it in one of my outros. I featured it in one of my outros in my videos. Once, I don't remember what those videos are, but you may have heard it before, but if you haven't, this is just a sample. I'm gonna re-record the whole thing, like how I've done my new single, No Sleep. So this is just the intro. I don't really have. This is just the basic instrumental. There's not really any violin to it. It's just an intro. And I'll play the chorus for you if you would like to hear that. But yeah, I don't really have violin in this part yet, but that's something I'm working towards. But I'll just let you hear the chorus, and then that'll be it for the sample. But yeah, that's the sample of my second song. I don't really have a name for it or anything. It's really just a rough draft. But yeah, that's the bare instrumental of what I will be making. That's what I'm working on now. But if there aren't any other questions, I think that'll be enough for today. But I want to thank everyone who's gotten on the live. I want to thank all my fans and my followers for staying with me through this long journey, and I wish to continue my journey and becoming an artist. So, yeah, thank you for coming on, and until my next live, stay tuned for my next live. Maybe that'll be on Facebook or YouTube, but make sure to follow me on all my social medias. Make sure to stream my music on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Pandora. All my music is out everywhere. I have cover songs, one original song that I just put out. So make sure you stream that. And I also have a Christmas album that I released last year. So it's beginning to get into the holiday spirit. So yeah, make sure you stream my music. And until next time, stay tuned. So bye, everyone.